Hi, my name is Katelen Long and I'm from Apollo High School. Do you go to the doctor? Do you take your child to the doctor? What about your pet when you notice they're not acting like themselves? We all go to the doctor during some time in our life for various reasons. Mainly because we don't like feeling ill, and we take our animals to the vet because we don't like witnessing the animals feeling ill. We want medication to heal us. However, consumers are absolutely against antibiotics in their meat. Therefore, farmers have to endure watching their animals suffer from pain and sickness. Consumers have worries about the antibiotics still being present in the meat when they're ingesting it, even though they don't know all the rules and regulations the farmers have to follow. With all the consumer worries, farmers lose money and there's less products to supply. Antibiotics are not harmful to you or your livestock. Chickens. Chickens are suffering because consumers are refusing to let farmers medicate them. Why can you go to the doctor or take your companion animal to the vet or the doctor just because a farmer is not able to care for their chickens? The common person is about 3 to 4 generations away from the farm. Therefore, only about 2% of the United States is a farmer. So why does the consumer believe the farmers just pump their chickens up with the antibiotics and aim to hurt them? Social media. Groups like PETA go out of their way to damage the farmers' reputations, only because they believe we should not use animals for human needs. They post horrible stuff on social media to turn the public against agriculture. PETA posted on their website that it is terrible to kill their cows for their milk. We cannot get milk from a dead animal. The cows have to be living and breathing. This is just one of the many things posted on social media that turns the common person against the farmer. It is not only for cattle farming, but chicken farming too. Have you ever heard the saying that hormones make your breasts grow? Well, that's not true. It's illegal to give chickens any type of medication. If the chicken is sick or just too small to reach the feeders, the farmer has to make the tough decision to cool the chicken. This is to stop illness from spreading and to save the chicken from suffering. Producers would not have to do this if consumers would stop believing everything they've seen on social media. Talk to the farmer, get the real truth. Farmers have multiple rules and regulations they have to follow to keep the consumer happy. This is what the general public doesn't know about agriculture. If a cow is diagnosed with pneumonia, a farmer can give a prescribed antibiotic to the cow only with the veterinarian's permission. The farmer will then have to wait 15 days for the antibiotic to get out of the system before animals can be sold or slaughtered, which is called the withdrawal period. So the antibiotic will never get to the consumer. Also, the VFD, or the Vet Feed Directive, was placed on January 1st, 2017. It states that every medication, including antibiotics, has to be prescribed by a veterinarian. The farmer has to keep all vet records for 5 years. This is in case they get an audit from the state. If their records don't match up to the vet papers, then they could lose everything. We will never be able to farm again, and they could possibly have expensive fines or even jail time. Farmers' livelihoods depend on how well they treat their animals. However, I'm not saying all farmers are good, just like not all cops are good. But most of them will not destroy their reputation or their livelihoods just because they don't want to follow a simple rule. Farmers don't use unnecessary medications in their animals just to make them grow. Although, some people might think it doesn't really bother the farmer, whether we put antibiotics in them or not, it does. When your dog is sick, do you just go put it down? Or do you take it to the vet to get prescriptions? Take chickens, for example. All medication is prohibited. Farmers are forced to do that with their sick or injured flocks. With a lack of medication, there's nothing left to heal them. While all these birds are being culled, it's taking a toll on the farmers' banking situations. Sure, they have insurance, but the insurance companies are not going to pay for every bird lost. They are there for the bigger problems like floods, fires, or even whole house loss. And even then, the farmers don't get the full profit. Meat is expensive, especially when we can't use all the meat that we grow. Look at the economics. Less of a product, higher the pay. Yes, food is expensive in the grocery store, but the farmer only receives 16% out of every dollar spent. So if the farmer keeps losing their small share of income, there's not going to be any more money for them to stay in business. Who would be left to feed us if the farmers lose their farms? No antibiotics in chickens causes more money lost to the farmer. But it's simple. A wasteful use of chicken that is being culled when it could have been saved with medication. This chicken could have been on your family's dinner table on Wednesday night, or so many other uses for byproducts. Farmers lose about 0.48% of all their chickens per week due to cooling them. We lose too many chickens that could have been when we could have been saving them. Why argue for antibiotic-free chickens when it's just causing bigger issues? Generally speaking, there are so many reasons why antibiotics are not harmful for you or your animal. So next time you're in the grocery store or reading the labels that say no antibiotics or antibiotic-free, don't make the purchase just because of those fancy words. All chicken meat is antibiotic-free. Those companies are just flaunting the label so you'll make the purchase, and they only want your money. They don't care how they get it, and they don't care all the issues they cause. You know the problems. Don't make your decision about antibiotics being in your meat from social media or the grocery store labels. Make them yourself. Talk to the farmer and get the real truth. Or when somebody uses the fresh, no antibiotics ever, or just know that spicy steak sandwich was denied medication for its cold, wintry months because you refused to let the farmer treat it.